Hello, and welcome back to today's American Flyer Trains. I hope you enjoyed that previous slideshow that highlighted parts and steps in the reassembly and the rebuild of this nice little 630 Reading Caboose. This 630 rebuild really starts the project to rebuild a train from the A.C. Gilbert catalog set 4611, the New York Central Freight train that appeared in the catalog and in the inventory in 1946 and 1947. I too have the identical train, and we're going to use that as a benchmark against the rebuild of this one. They're identical. So consider this 630 rebuild as the first milestone. During the project, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to highlight my best practices, standards, tools, techniques, methodologies, and some discoveries that might not be documented anywhere that is expertise I've gained through experience, meaning a lot of mistakes made, a lot of consultation with other American Flyer restorers and rebuilders, and then applied to my trains and to my customer trains. As always, my guiding principle in doing this rebuild is going to be a component by component bottom-up approach. In other words, start with the caboose and work toward the engine. Start with the interior of the tender and build out until it becomes a solid working component long before it ever gets hooked up to the locomotive. So with that, it always starts with a foundation and then build up. In other words, inside out. As I mentioned, back to front, complete disassembly. And then through rebuild, create a maintainable and sustainable product that is cosmetically appealing, mechanically and electronically sound, it's operationally acceptable to you, and it might, who knows, last another 50 years with just standard maintenance. You'll also see that I don't adhere to the bubblegum process of patching the dam as it leaks. I'm more one for looking at the root cause from the inside out and then doing the rebuild all the way out until we have a finished product. I don't adhere to the, oh gee, there's this train's not working. Hey, let's see what's going on and let's fix it. Or here's the top 5 reasons these trains don't run. Stay tuned. Well, usually the reason they don't run is that they're old and they've been neglected. And you don't really know what's wrong with them until you do this inside out rebuild. And then if there's a component not working, you can usually put your hand or finger right on it and move on. So let's take it to the next step. Thanks again for watching Dave's American Flyer Trains. So long, everyone.